Hi there. I know that you're interested in leveraging LinkedIn. So let's talk about how you can maximize your LinkedIn potential. I'm Lida. I have over a dozen years of experience in digital marketing, program management, and strategic planning. I've also been on LinkedIn for that long, and I can tell you I love the platform. I've also had the privilege of being part of some really great initiatives, including launching a national incubator, as well as advising startups that have cumulatively raised over $500 million. I've also been part of a team that won an international competition out of over 1,000 teams, as well as some national awards. So I'd love to share with you how we'll spend our time together today. I'll talk about the most common issues that I see, why you should be thinking about LinkedIn and why now. If you're not convinced at that point, I'm sure you will be when we talk about some compelling statistics. Then I'll share with you a little bit more about lead generation and conversion, what content distribution on LinkedIn looks like. Then I'll summarize everything and share with you how you can best maximize your LinkedIn potential and do so exponentially. And then I'll share a little bit about the Masterclass. So let's kick it off. So the four most common issues that I see are the following. First, someone has a LinkedIn profile, whether individual and/or company, but it's dormant. They haven't updated it in months or maybe even years. Second issue, they're not regularly posting content on LinkedIn. So perhaps they're commenting or liking on other people's posts, but they're not doing the original content themselves. The third most common issue is that even if they are posting content, it's not consistent, or maybe they're not posting any articles. And last, they may be prioritizing Facebook, Instagram, and/or Twitter to attract and convert leads. And I'll share why each and every one of these is an issue and how LinkedIn could be your secret weapon to solve it. So on LinkedIn, you can build relationships and share content with the world's professionals. So what does this mean? It turns out actually that 1 out of every 3 professionals on the planet is now on LinkedIn, which includes a high number of senior business leaders. So currently, LinkedIn has over 675 million users, and over 40% of them are monthly active users. But they're not stopping anywhere near there. Their end goal is to actually have 3 billion users on LinkedIn. So this is a really great time to be part of the platform and to be actively getting the eyeballs on the platform as well. So as you might know, LinkedIn is a professional social media platform. So it has moved beyond just a job or recruitment platform where job seekers and recruiters hang out. LinkedIn is actually now the #1 place where entrepreneurs, consultants, and small and medium business owners hang out. They do so to grow their network and their businesses online. And it turns out they do so for a really great reason. So 4 out of 5 people on LinkedIn drive key business decisions. Not only that, LinkedIn is actually the most effective platform for lead generation, but don't take my word for it. So it turns out that for all B2B marketers, LinkedIn is the #1 channel to distribute content and to drive traffic. So over 94% of B2B marketers use LinkedIn as a content distribution channel. That compares to Twitter at 89% and Facebook at 77%. So you might be wondering, okay, not such a big difference there, but then I would look at the results. So the results are disproportionately in LinkedIn's favor. So 80% of B2B leads come from LinkedIn versus only 13% from Twitter and even fewer, 7% from Facebook. So you could see that LinkedIn is considered the most credible source of content and also is the most effective for lead generation. So you might be wondering, okay, what about B2C? Or what about lead conversion? Well, I have those answers for you as well. So HubSpot did a really great survey, and HubSpot is a customer relationship management tool, in case you're curious. The study was done and included 5,200 B2B and B2C businesses. So it encompassed the whole spectrum. And according to this research, LinkedIn is the most effective social network for lead generation and conversion. And this is by far. So LinkedIn generates 4 times more conversions than Twitter or Facebook. So you can see it really is the most effective at both lead generation and conversion. This means that you can really make money on LinkedIn because people come to your page, whether individual or company page, they get in touch with you, and then you can create some partnerships and they could be your client. So in 1996, Bill Gates said, content is king. I like to paraphrase that for 2020 and say that content is also queen. So content pages on LinkedIn receive 15 times the number of page views as job pages do. So you might be wondering, so what? So it turns out that the CMO of HubSpot has a really great answer to so what. And he says, publishing and sharing content online is the single biggest lever to increase lead generation. And we've seen that to be the case. So a lot of people actually think that engaging with content on LinkedIn means just liking, commenting on, and maybe even resharing other people's articles and posts. And don't get me wrong, this is a good start, but you definitely want to move on from there. And it turns out that only 0.44% of LinkedIn users regularly post original content. So this is where you can stand out. You can be among those most engaged 0.44% of LinkedIn users. And it's by just doing one action, which is posting regularly, which means at least once a week. And you could see that you could now be in the red part of this great pie chart rather than the blue part. And that's because content is the key that unlocks the full potential of LinkedIn. So again, only 3 million out of the 675 million LinkedIn users post original content every week. And these 3 million people, myself included, are getting 9 billion, that's right, billion impressions each week for free. So this is organic content, and I challenge you to find any platform or anywhere online that you can get anywhere close to these numbers. So this is why LinkedIn is really a great secret weapon. You could win more algorithm love on LinkedIn than 99.6% of users by doing one thing. And that one thing is to post every week. So you might be saying, oh, but I'm not a thought leader, I'm not an expert. But I will say that of the 10,000 most shared articles in the last 5 years, only 6% were written by influencers, which means that the rest, the 94%, is for everyday people just like you and me. So my challenge for you is to post at least once on LinkedIn this week. And this is by far how you will maximize your LinkedIn potential and do so exponentially. So with that, I would share with you a little bit more about the masterclass. So the LinkedIn masterclass has 200 slides of content and hours of video of me explaining each of these pieces of content to you. So I'll share a lot more actionable steps. My goal really here is that you will get moving the same or next day. And the reason why is because I really want you to have practical takeaways. I want you to make money, and I want you to leverage LinkedIn to its fullest. And that's why I've shared with you many examples. I've opened all the doors. I've shared all the data points. I've given you templates, tools, and case studies so you could see what success would look like. So here are the modules. So it's basically a dozen modules that I have condensed into 8 to make sure you get the most for your time and money. So first we'll talk about understanding LinkedIn. We'll get into optimizing your profile, growing your network, getting some content tips, really digging deep on creating compelling content, learning about LinkedIn ad campaigns, and then a very juicy module that covers a lot about converting quality leads with LinkedIn in 4 steps. We'll wrap it up with some success stories and case studies. So this is what awaits you in the masterclass. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn if we're not already connected, and I really look forward to seeing you in the masterclass. I thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you soon.